I didn't know the truth about my husband. I married him without really knowing anything about him. If I had known, I wouldn't have married him. At first, he seemed like a wonderful guy. But later, I found out he wasn't who I thought he was. Let me tell you the whole story from the beginning. One day, I went to a friend's wedding. The hall was full of happy people. Everyone was laughing, dancing, and eating. I was having a good time with my friends. Then I noticed a tall, handsome man standing alone. He kept looking over at me, but he never said anything or came over to talk. Throughout the wedding, I danced and smiled a lot. But that man didn't dance or join in the fun. He just stood watching me from a distance. 2 days later, I got a text message. It said, "Hi, I saw you at the wedding. Can we talk?" I was surprised and texted back, "Who is this?" He replied, "I'm the man from the wedding. You looked beautiful. I'd like to get to know you." I wasn't sure what to say, but I was curious, so I replied, "Okay, we can talk." We started texting back and forth. He was very kind and polite, saying things like, "You're special. I like you a lot." So, we texted constantly for 2 days. Then, on the third day, he said something shocking. "I want to marry you. I see you as my wife and the mother of my children." Detail. I was stunned. "But we barely know each other," I said. "I just know you're the one for me," he insisted. "Please say yes. I'll make you happy." His words touched my heart, and I believed him. So I said yes. We got married quickly. The wedding was small and simple, with only close family and friends attending. I wore a white dress, and he wore a suit. He looked so happy, and I truly thought I had found the perfect man. At first, everything was wonderful. He was kind and caring, often giving me gifts. He'd say sweet things and always made me smile. I felt so lucky to have him. But after about a month, things started to change. One day, I saw him smiling at his phone while texting. "Who are you texting?" I asked. "Just a friend," he answered quickly, putting his phone away. I didn't think much of it at the time. I trusted him. Days turned into months, and months into years. We had 2 children, a boy and a girl. Life seemed good on the surface, and I believed we were a happy family. But then he started coming home late more often. Work was busy, he'd say. He stopped spending much time with me and became very protective of his phone, never letting me touch it. More time passed, and his behavior grew stranger. I suspected he was still texting someone else, but I didn't confront him. I just hoped it would stop on its own. One night, he left his phone on the table when he went into another room. I couldn't resist. I picked it up and looked through it. I found messages from another woman, romantic messages. He called her my love and my everything. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. He never told me he loved me, but he told her. My heart broke. I cried. He bought her gifts, but never bought me anything. I even saw pictures of them together. I was shocked to realize The woman was from my own village. I knew her. What surprised me most was that she wasn't younger or more beautiful than me. In fact, she was 5 years older than my husband and had 3 children of her own. Her husband worked abroad. The absolute worst part was discovering he had been seeing her even before we got married, and he continued seeing her after our wedding. Sometimes he wouldn't come home for 3 or 4 days at a time because he was with her. He even gave her money and took her kids to the park and shopping. Tears filled my eyes and my heart shattered. How could he do this to me? I thought. When he finally came back, I confronted him with his phone. "What is this?" I asked through my tears. He looked shocked. "I'm sorry," he stammered. "I made a mistake." A mistake. I yelled. "You lied to me. You promised to love me, but you were with her all this time." Beth. He begged me to forgive him. "It won't happen again, I promise," he pleaded. "Please just give me another chance." I didn't know what to do. I felt completely lost and filled with so much hate for him. I couldn't understand why my life had turned out like this, or why this was happening to me. I took my children and left him. At first, I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what happened. I stayed with my parents for a month without saying a word about it. Finally, they asked why I wasn't going back home. I knew I had to tell them something. I didn't reveal everything, but I told them part of the story. They didn't believe me initially. They urged me, "You have children. Please forgive him. Maybe he'll change." He came back asking for forgiveness yet again. For the sake of my children, I agreed to give him one last chance, hoping maybe he really would change. So we started living together again. But nothing had changed for me. I had no feelings left for him, only hate. I couldn't forget what he'd done. Sure enough, after just 2 months, the same behavior started all over again. The late nights, the secret texts. Then I saw them together in his car. I realized he hadn't learned anything from his mistakes and never would. That was it. I finally made a decision for myself. I wasn't going to listen to anyone else anymore, only my own heart. I decided to divorce him and get him out of my life for good. So I left him. I moved abroad for work, leaving my children in the care of my parents. It's been hard, but this is my life now. I don't regret my decision. I know I'm strong.